Tom Brady's name has become synonymous with greatness in the NFL. With 7 Super Bowl titles, more than any other player or franchise in NFL history, he secured his spot as the GOAT, the greatest of all time. But what makes his journey so remarkable isn't just the records or the trophies, it's how he got there. Brady's path to the top wasn't smooth, and he wasn't always viewed as a future Hall of Famer. In fact, in the early days, few saw his potential. The story of how a player who was never the most talented, fastest, or strongest became the best is one that has inspired millions around the world. From winning MVP awards to orchestrating legendary comebacks on the biggest stage, Brady's career has been filled with moments that will be remembered forever. Perhaps most famously, his unforgettable comeback in Super Bowl 51 against the Atlanta Falcons, where he led the Patriots to victory after being down 28-3, solidified his place in NFL history. But Brady's success is more than just about his big-game heroics. It's about the relentless pursuit of perfection, an unmatched work ethic, and a mentality that never allowed him to settle for anything less than being the best. He wasn't born a champion. He became one through sheer determination and a drive that few possess. As the most decorated quarterback in NFL history, it's easy to forget just how improbable his rise was. But to fully appreciate Tom Brady's greatness, we need to go back to the very beginning, when few believed he'd even make it in the NFL, let alone become the greatest player the league has ever seen. Tom Brady's road to NFL greatness wasn't paved with early stardom. In fact, it was filled with obstacles and moments of doubt. Born in San Mateo, California in 1977, Brady grew up in a sports-loving family, but he wasn't the kind of prodigy you hear about dominating youth leagues. While he played multiple sports, including baseball, football was his passion and he wasn't about to give it up, no matter the setbacks. He attended Junipero Serra High School, the same school that produced baseball legend Barry Bonds, and though he showed potential, he wasn't heavily recruited by top colleges. When it came time for college, Brady chose the University of Michigan, but even there, he had to fight just to see the field. As a freshman, Brady was buried on the depth chart, starting as the 7th-string quarterback. For 2 long years, he barely saw any action, the competition was fierce, and Brady wasn't exactly the kind of player that jumped out at you. He didn't have the strongest arm, and he certainly wasn't fast or particularly athletic compared to others. But what he did have was a relentless work ethic and an ability to learn and adapt, something that would become the cornerstone of his future success. Even when he finally got his chance to start at Michigan in his junior and senior seasons, Brady had to constantly prove himself. The team even rotated him with another quarterback, Drew Henson, which only added to the pressure. But Brady stayed calm and focused, showing glimpses of the player he would eventually become. He led the Wolverines to victory in the Orange Bowl, but still, when it came time for the NFL draft, scouts weren't convinced. Despite his leadership and performance, Brady was far from a top prospect. He lacked the physical traits that NFL teams were looking for at the time. He wasn't fast or mobile, and his arm strength was considered average at best. What those scouts didn't see, however, was the determination and resilience that would soon make him the most successful quarterback in NFL history. Brady's story is a reminder that success doesn't always come from being the most gifted right out of the gate. It comes from perseverance, hard work, and the willingness to overcome obstacles, qualities that have defined his entire career. The 2000 NFL Draft was a pivotal moment for Tom Brady, though at the time few realized it. In fact, it's often cited as one of the most surprising moments in NFL history. Brady wasn't expected to go early in the draft, that much was clear, but no one could have predicted just how far he would fall. Brady sat through the first 6 rounds of the draft, waiting for his name to be called, as 198 players were chosen before him. Quarterbacks with flashier stats and more impressive physical attributes were being picked, while Brady remained overlooked. When the New England Patriots finally selected him in the 6th round with the 199th overall pick, no one celebrated and no headlines were made. For many teams, Brady was simply an afterthought. His draft profile wasn't exactly glowing. He had been described as too slow, lacking in mobility, and not possessing the arm strength that NFL teams desired. His infamous draft photo, where he stood shirtless in front of the camera, has become a symbol of how wrong the NFL's scouting system can sometimes be. Brady's scouting reports from that time still circulate today as proof that not all future greatness is easy to spot. One report even said he had a poor build and that he lacked the physical stature to be a successful quarterback. Others doubted his ability to handle pressure at the professional level. These critiques stuck with Brady, fueling a chip on his shoulder that would drive him throughout his career. He never forgot how low the expectations were for him, and he made it his mission to prove every doubter wrong. The Patriots weren't expecting Brady to become their franchise quarterback either. He was brought in as a backup to Drew Bledsoe, who was their established starter at the time and had recently signed a massive contract extension. For Brady, just making the team and earning a roster spot was an achievement in itself. But as the season went on, Brady's work ethic and leadership began to catch the attention of his coaches and teammates, even though he rarely saw the field. This was the reality of Brady's early days in the NFL, a sixth-round draft pick fighting to stay on the roster, with no indication of the greatness that would follow. Yet the traits that would eventually set Brady apart were already there. His relentless focus, preparation, and ability to seize any opportunity that came his way. It wouldn't be long before that opportunity arrived, in a way that no one could have predicted. For the first season of his NFL career, Tom Brady sat on the sidelines, watching and learning. He was the fourth-string quarterback behind Drew Bledsoe, Michael Bishop, and John Freese. His opportunities were limited, but Brady treated every practice and every meeting as a chance to prove himself. It was this determination that set him apart from other players in similar positions. He might not have had the natural talent or the immediate expectations, but Brady had something even more important, a relentless desire to improve. The turning point came in the 2001 season. In Week 2, Drew Bledsoe suffered a serious injury during a game against the New York Jets, forcing the Patriots to turn to their young, untested backup, Tom Brady. No one expected much from the 199th pick of the previous year's draft, but Brady took the field with confidence. He wasn't intimidated by the moment or the pressure of stepping in for a Pro Bowl quarterback. This was his chance, and he wasn't going to let it slip away. Brady quickly proved that he was more than just a backup. He led the Patriots to an 11-5 record that season and guided them into the playoffs. The defining moment of Brady's early career came in Super Bowl 36, where the Patriots faced the heavily favored St. Louis Rams, known as the greatest show on turf. In just his second season, and with the weight of the world on his shoulders, Brady led a game-winning drive in the final moments, resulting in a shocking victory for the Patriots. At that moment, a legend was born. From that point forward, Brady was no longer just the backup who had stepped in by chance. He was the future of the Patriots franchise and a rising star in the NFL. What set him apart wasn't just his ability to manage games and make smart decisions on the field. It was his unshakable poise in the most high-pressure situations. Brady had a knack for performing when it mattered most, and this was only the beginning of a career filled with legendary moments. Brady's early years with the Patriots laid the foundation for one of the most dominant runs in NFL history. The unheralded backup who had once been overlooked had now become a household name. And yet, this was just the start of Brady's incredible journey. His rise to the top wasn't just about proving he could play, it was about proving he was one of the best to ever do it. Tom Brady's rise didn't stop with his first Super Bowl win. In fact, it was just the beginning of what would become one of the most dominant eras in NFL history. After his first championship in 2001, Brady, alongside head coach Bill Belichick, helped turn the New England Patriots into a dynasty that would dominate the league for nearly 2 decades. The Brady-Belichick partnership was key to their success. While Belichick crafted masterful game plans, it was Brady's execution, leadership, and calm under pressure that brought the team to unprecedented heights. Throughout the 2000s, Brady led the Patriots to 2 more Super Bowl titles, in 2003 and 2004, making New England the first team since the Dallas Cowboys of the 1990s to win 3 championships in 4 years. During this stretch, Brady established himself as one of the best quarterbacks in the league. What made him special wasn't just his ability to make big plays, but his consistency. Whether it was a blowout or a tight game, Brady always seemed to find a way to win. His ability to read defenses, make quick decisions, and deliver accurate throws under pressure set him apart from his peers. Despite the Patriots' success, the team never relied on star receivers or flashy offenses. Instead, they thrived on discipline, preparation, and Brady's knack for making the right play at the right time. Brady wasn't known for his physical gifts. He wasn't the biggest, fastest, or strongest player on the field, but his mental game was unmatched. He had an uncanny ability to analyze defenses, anticipate blitzes, and find the open receiver. More than that, he was known for his leadership. Teammates rallied around him not just because of his talent, but because of his work ethic and determination. Brady wasn't just a player, he was a leader who inspired those around him to play their best. The 2007 season marked one of the most remarkable years in Brady's career, and one of the most dominant in NFL history. With the addition of wide receiver Randy Moss, the Patriots' offense exploded. Brady threw a then-record 50 touchdown passes, and the team went 16-0 in the regular season, becoming the first team in NFL history to achieve this feat since the league expanded to a 16-game schedule. The Patriots seemed unstoppable, and Brady was at the peak of his powers. However, despite their incredible season, the Patriots fell short in Super Bowl 42, losing to the New York Giants in one of the biggest upsets in NFL history. That loss, though devastating, only added to the legend of Tom Brady. It showed that even in defeat, Brady and the Patriots were still the gold standard in the NFL. And for Brady, it wasn't the end. It was a lesson. He would come back stronger, as he had done so many times before. As the years went on, the Patriots continued to compete at the highest level, consistently making deep playoff runs, but it wasn't until 2014 that Brady added another Super Bowl ring to his collection. Super Bowl 49 against the Seattle Seahawks was one of the most dramatic games of Brady's career. With just minutes left and the Patriots down by 10 points, Brady engineered one of his signature comebacks, leading New England to victory. It was his fourth Super Bowl win, tying him with NFL legends Joe Montana and Terry Bradshaw. The Patriots dynasty wasn't just about one player, but there's no question that Brady was the heart and soul of the team. His relentless drive for success, combined with his ability to deliver in the clutch, made him the defining figure of an era. But even as Brady collected championship after championship, his journey was far from over. He was determined to prove that he wasn't just part of a great system. He was the greatest of all time, and his legacy was about to reach even greater heights. Tom Brady's career wasn't just defined by his successes, but by how he responded to adversity. While most of the football world knows Brady for his numerous Super Bowl victories, few athletes in any sport have faced as many setbacks and bounced back even stronger. Every challenge Brady encountered, whether on or off the field, seemed to push him to new heights, further cementing his legacy as one of the greatest competitors in NFL history. One of the most significant setbacks of Brady's career came in the 2008 season. After years of dominant play, Brady's season was cut short in the first game when he suffered a torn ACL and MCL in his knee. The injury sidelined him for the rest of the year, marking the first major physical obstacle of his career. For many athletes, an injury like that could spell the beginning of the end, especially for a quarterback who relied more on his precision and mental game than on sheer athleticism. But for Brady, it was just another hurdle to overcome. After months of intense rehabilitation, he returned in 2009, leading the Patriots to another playoff appearance. Brady's ability to come back from such a serious injury was a testament to his determination and work ethic, showing the world that he wasn't finished yet. But the physical challenges weren't the only obstacles Brady faced. One of the most well-known controversies of his career came during the 2015 season with the Deflategate scandal. Brady was accused of being involved in the deflation of footballs during the AFC Championship game, which led to a lengthy investigation by the NFL. The controversy dominated headlines, and Brady was eventually suspended for 4 games in the 2016 season. Many believed that the scandal would tarnish his legacy, casting a shadow over his incredible career. However, Brady didn't let the noise distract him. In fact, the controversy seemed to fuel him even more. In typical Brady fashion, he used the suspension as motivation. When he returned from his suspension, he was on a mission to prove his doubters wrong. That mission culminated in Super Bowl 51, a game that would go down in history as one of the greatest comebacks of all time. Facing the Atlanta Falcons, the Patriots found themselves down 28-3 late in the third quarter. At that moment, most teams would have crumbled under the pressure, but not with Brady at the helm. Brady orchestrated an epic comeback, leading the Patriots to a 34-28 victory in overtime. The win not only gave Brady his 5th Super Bowl ring, but it also cemented his legacy as the ultimate competitor, someone who could never be counted out, no matter the odds. The comeback in Super Bowl 51 wasn't just a triumph on the scoreboard, it was a personal victory for Brady. It was his response to the critics, the controversies, and the setbacks. In that game, He showed once again why he was more than just a great player. He was the greatest player. Brady's resilience became a defining trait of his career, and his ability to rise above adversity set him apart from other legends. But Brady's challenges didn't end there. As he aged, critics began questioning how much longer he could maintain his high level of play. By his early 40s, most quarterbacks would have long since retired, but Brady kept pushing forward, defying the natural decline that comes with age. He maintained his physical health through the famous TB12 method, a rigorous routine of diet, training, and recovery designed to keep him performing at an elite level. His ability to sustain such a high standard of play, even in his 40s, was unprecedented in the NFL, where the average career for a quarterback is much shorter. Brady's relentless pursuit of excellence and his ability to overcome adversity are what truly set him apart from other great players. It wasn't just about the wins and records. It was about his mentality, his resilience, and his drive to never stop improving. No matter the setback, Tom Brady always found a way to come back stronger, and that's what makes his journey so remarkable. His story is not just one of triumph, but of resilience in the face of challenges that would have derailed others. And yet, even with all these setbacks, Brady's journey was far from over. There was still more to accomplish, and his next chapter would prove that his greatness extended beyond any one team or era. In 2020, after spending 20 seasons with the New England Patriots and winning 6 Super Bowls, Tom Brady made a decision that shocked the NFL world. He left the Patriots to join the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. For many, this was a moment of uncertainty. Brady was 43 years old, and some wondered if his best days were behind him. The move raised questions about whether Brady's success had been a product of the Patriots system under Bill Belichick, or if he could replicate his greatness on another team. Brady, however, saw this as an opportunity, a chance to prove once again that he was the driving force behind his own success. The Buccaneers, a team that hadn't made the playoffs in over a decade, were not seen as immediate Super Bowl contenders. They had talent, but they lacked the leadership and winning culture that Brady had brought to New England. Despite the skepticism, Brady quickly changed the narrative. From the moment he arrived in Tampa Bay, he established a culture of accountability and excellence, elevating the team's expectations. The transition wasn't seamless, as the Bucs faced ups and downs throughout the regular season, but Brady's influence was undeniable. His meticulous preparation and ability to motivate those around him transformed the team. As the 2020 season progressed, the Buccaneers began to gel, and when the playoffs arrived, they were peaking at the right time. Brady led Tampa Bay through a challenging postseason run, defeating elite teams like the New Orleans Saints, Green Bay Packers, and Kansas City Chiefs on their way to Super Bowl 55. The Bucs became the first team in NFL history to play a Super Bowl in their home stadium, and the expectations were high. In Super Bowl 55, Brady faced off against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, the reigning champions. It was billed as a battle between the old guard and the new, a test to see if the 43-year-old Brady could still compete at the highest level. What unfolded was a dominant performance by the Buccaneers, led by Brady's poise and experience. Tampa Bay won the game 31-9, and Brady secured his 7th Super Bowl ring, more than any other player in NFL history and more than any single NFL franchise. He was named Super Bowl MVP for the 5th time, further solidifying his GOAT status. Tom Brady's legacy extends far beyond his 7 Super Bowl titles and numerous records. His influence on the game of football, on his teammates, and even on sports culture as a whole is immeasurable. Brady redefined what it meant to be a quarterback in the NFL, not just through his physical abilities, but through his mentality, work ethic, and leadership. His story is not just one of athletic success, but of mental fortitude, discipline, and the ability to thrive in the face of adversity. One of the most profound aspects of Brady's legacy is his longevity. In a sport where the average career lasts just over 3 years, Brady defied the limits of age, playing at a high level well into his 40s. He changed the perception of what an NFL player could achieve later in their career, setting a new standard for quarterback longevity. His disciplined approach to training and recovery, known as the TB12 method, became a blueprint for athletes seeking to extend their careers. The method, which emphasized pliability, nutrition, and a holistic approach to health, helped Brady stay on top of his game when many of his peers had long since retired. But Brady's influence wasn't confined to the football field. His leadership both on and off the field made him a role model for countless athletes and aspiring leaders. Teammates frequently spoke about his ability to motivate, inspire, and hold everyone accountable, creating a winning culture wherever he went. Whether he was with the Patriots or the Buccaneers, Brady's presence elevated those around him. His preparation was legendary, often arriving at the facility hours before anyone else and leaving no stone unturned in his pursuit of perfection. This relentless drive for success set an example not just for his teammates, but for athletes across all sports. Beyond his physical and mental contributions to the game, Brady's journey also represents one of perseverance and self-belief. His story, from being a sixth-round draft pick to becoming the greatest quarterback of all time, resonates with anyone who has ever been underestimated. Brady wasn't the fastest, strongest, or most naturally gifted player, but he outworked everyone. His career became a testament to the idea that greatness isn't just about talent, it's about determination, preparation, and the refusal to give up. Off the field, Brady's impact on the NFL and sports culture continued to grow. His ability to remain at the top of his game for so long brought the quarterback position into a new light. Future generations of quarterbacks would look to Brady's career as a model for how to approach the position, both mentally and physically. He revolutionized the way quarterbacks prepared for the game, proving that with the right mindset and habits, they could enjoy longer and more successful careers. Brady's influence also extended into the realm of business and media. His brand, TB12, grew into a multifaceted business empire, offering products, training programs, and advice to athletes and health enthusiasts alike. His ventures outside of football reflected his commitment to excellence in all aspects of life, and his ability to transition from athlete to businessman became another defining chapter in his career. Perhaps most importantly, Brady's legacy will forever be tied to his mentality, the Brady mindset that became synonymous with winning, resilience, and focus. His ability to maintain a singular focus on success, while consistently blocking out distractions, criticism, and doubt, set him apart from every other athlete. This mindset allowed him to excel under pressure, time and time again, leading his teams to victory when the stakes were highest. It's why, even in his 40s with nothing left to prove, he continued to push himself and his teammates toward greatness. In the end, Tom Brady's legacy as the GOAT isn't just about his 7 Super Bowl rings, his records, or his MVPs. It's about the mindset he embodied throughout his career, a mindset that will inspire athletes for generations to come. His journey from underdog to NFL legend shows that greatness is achieved not just by talent, but by hard work, resilience, and a relentless pursuit of perfection. For Tom Brady, the pursuit of greatness was never ending, and that's why his legacy will live on long after his final snap.